Hello everyone, in this tutorial we are going to show you how to use the tool named BProVe Business Process Verifier. BProVe is a tool supporting modeling and automated verification of business processes. Based on the BPMN modeling language, BProVe promotes effective communication and collaboration between business people and IT experts via business process models with formally verified quality. BProVe has been developed by the PROS, Processes and Services Laboratory of the University of Camerino in Italy. The tool is provided as a plugin for the Eclipse environment, and together with other plugins such as the BPMN modeling editor, it allows for a toolchain to handle part of the business process cycle. In this slide, we report the business process management phases in which our tool can be used. Targets of our tool are mainly business engineers and process designers, which collaborate together in the design and modeling of business process models and request analysis over those models in such a way to guarantee business process desired properties such as correctness, soundness, etc. The verification or the violation of some properties may then require for adjustment or repair of the business process model. When satisfied of the design business process model, usually the system developers proceed with the enactment and execution of the actual process. The process can then be monitored and in the future require for improvements, changes, or repairs, which will lead the testimony back to the design phase. Now I'm going to show you how to actually use the BProVe tool. Here we are in the Eclipse environment, and this is the BPMN editor that is available as a plugin for Eclipse. It allows you to design business process models. This is actually a collaboration diagram, which means that we have different organizations collaborating in a process. This model actually involves a travel agency, which makes a travel offer to a customer. Then the customer can decide to book the travel or to reject the offer. And then the travel agency can handle the notification sent by the customer. If the customer accepts the offer, the travel agency will send a booking confirmation back to the customer, which will pay for the order. Then the travel agency will contact the airline company to order for a ticket emission. Then the airline company will handle the payment, which means that it can refuse the payment or it can confirm it. And if it confirms the payment, it sends back a notification to the customer, which will receive the notification and terminate the process. This can be seen as a real-life scenario, and as you can see, it may be difficult for a user to actually analyze all the process because many activities are involved and many events. Then if the model designer wants to verify some properties on this model, he can actually use our tool. How to use our tool? We just need to click the icon here and a window pops up. Let's pick one model. Let's just be sure that we have the right path to the right model. Let's choose this one, and then we choose the save path where we are going to store the parsed model that we need. And then we click generate. This operation will actually parse the model from BPMN format to a syntax that can be interpreted by mode, which we use to run formal verification. Then it asks us if we want to proceed with the properties verification. If we say no, we just stick with the parsed model. If we say yes, another menu pops up and will allow us to verify some properties. Like, for example, if a process inside a pool can start or if it can end. For example, we can test if in the overall model there is at least one pool which its process is able to start. We can ask this by pressing this button. Then we wait for the response. And our tool says that in this model, there is one pool which process can always start. And actually the time verification for this property is under 0 milliseconds. If you want to check another more complex property, we can try to ask BProVe if all the business processes of all the pool can actually terminate. So in this way we can check if there are deadlocks, for example. If we press the test button, as we can see, the result of this property verification is false, which means that the property is not verified. We can actually see this from the model because the path of the business process that doesn't verify that property is highlighted with a different color. For example, we know that the process starts from this start event and it goes through the make travel offer, then the travel agency makes an offer to the customer, then the customer checks the travel offer, then it books the travel, it sends a booking request to the travel agency, which confirms the booking and sends a notification back to the customer, which pays the travel, sends the payment to the travel agency, then the travel agency orders a ticket to the airline company, which handles the payment, but actually it refuses the payment, so no notification is sent to the customer, which will be not able to terminate his process correctly. We can now check another property. For example, we can ask BProVe to check if no dead activities are present in the model. And now we can see the response, which tells that all the pools respect the property no dead activities, which means that there are no activities that are never executed. We have also other properties that are specific for the model that we provide in input. For example, we can check if a particular pool can always end. In this case, if we check, for example, travel agency, we can test this property. And we can see that the result is true. Actually, travel agency can always terminate. We can also check other properties. For example, we can check if a particular task is always completed. In this case, we may check that a travel offer is always made. And we can see that the tool returns true, which means that the activity make travel offer is always executed and completed. We can now verify if the book travel activity is always completed. In this case, the tool returns as a result false, which means that the property is not verified. And it also shows us a different path which leads to the not verification of the property. This path highlights the fact that the book travel activity may be not executed and then maybe not complete, because the customer can actually reject the offer. So this is our tool and it is user-friendly. It allows to use formal verification in an easy way, hiding all the complexity of the formal methods that are behind it. Thank you for the attention.